Hi there, I'm Nilanjan, and I have taught well over 700 individuals from all across India and also a few other countries. Some of you may know me from Clap and Go. In this video, I'll share with you 10 ways to improve your English speaking skills quickly. These are things that have worked for me as well as my students who are trying to improve their communication skills. Now, when you want to learn a new language, you need to learn commonly used words, phrases, expressions, idioms, etc. That will help you be more expressive, and that will also make you sound like you know English. So for that, you need to do a few things. The first thing is reading books, newspapers, or anything that you're interested in. It's something that you probably already do, but in your mother tongue. You need to change that habit and you need to start reading more content in English. You can read physical books or digital copies of books on a platform like Kindle. By the way, if you want to grab a trial of Kindle for like 2 or 3 months, you will find lots of offers out there. But you can also just sign up for Times Prime and you will get a bunch of benefits, among which Kindle, I think 3-month long trial is one of those benefits. So you can definitely do that. I'll leave a link down in the description. You can use that to get some extra discounts on Times Prime subscription. If you're not interested in books, you can read newspapers. It can be physical copies of newspapers, like old school newspapers that are delivered in the morning, or you can also read the digital copies using directly from the publisher's website or by using a curated app like GeoNews. Now that was reading. If you want to improve your listening skills, then you need to listen more to English content. Practice listening to English podcasts. Listening to podcasts is a great way to practice your listening skills and improve your language proficiency. You can listen to podcasts in your car while traveling. You can listen to podcasts while, shaving, while brushing your teeth, while doing mundane activities also. When you listen to podcasts, you will hear how people say certain words, how expressions are used in sentences, and you will subconsciously start incorporating those sentences, those expressions in your speaking as well. So podcasts is a great source of information. As for which podcasts to listen to, you can listen to TED Talks, you can listen to BBC News English, you can listen to TED Radio Hour. If you don't want to listen to foreign content, then you can also listen to Josh Talks. You can listen to some other podcasts like The Ranveer Show. That's something that I sometimes tune into to learn more about mythology or finance or things like that. Another thing that you should also do is watch shows in English. Now, when it comes to watching shows, don't watch shows that were recorded like 20 or 30 years ago. The English used back then is different from the English that is used now. So listen to content that is more modern, and that way you will come across new expressions that are commonly being used nowadays. While reading news or while watching shows or listening to podcasts, you will come across many new words, also expressions, phrasal verbs, and so on. Make a note of those terms and all. Okay, and once you have finished listening to something, once you have understood what it is about, summarize it in your own words. That will help you. That will help your comprehension skills, number one, and number two, it will also give you an opportunity to use the words that you learned just now. For example, while watching the movie Interstellar, if I come across, let's say, 5 new expressions, then I would try to summarize the movie and I would force myself to use those 5 words that I learned from the movie. That is the most effective way of learning new vocabulary. And while you are trying to learn new words, it's not always going to be easy for you to understand the meaning and all. Refer to Oxford Learner's Dictionary or Cambridge Dictionary or Collins Dictionary or Macmillan Dictionary or Merriam-Webster or any other dictionary to find the meaning of the word. If you don't want to use any of these dictionaries, you can also go to Google and type the word space meaning and you will get the meaning of the word. In the beginning, you may not understand the meaning in English. So at that point, if you are using translations like English to Hindi or English to Bengali or English to other language translation, then I think it's fine. But after a point, once you have got the hang of the process, once you have understood some of the basic words, stop relying on translations because that is going to slow you down in the long run. So once you are at B1 level, let's say, stop using bilingual dictionaries. That is going to make you think in English and then translate. That's a bad practice. Also, you will come across lots of words. Don't try to remember every single word. Try to learn words that are being used repeatedly in a particular text. because some words are used much more often than other words. You can find how often a word is used by using a tool like Google Ngram or Collins Dictionary. Up until now, we were discussing how you can improve your listening skills and how you can improve your vocabulary. But at the end of the day, you are doing everything to be able to speak more fluently. And for that, you need to speak ultimately. And that's the goal, right? So you need to speak, you need to stop being shy. And for that, you can do a few things. Firstly, you can find a community, an online community of like-minded individuals, people who are also trying to learn English. And you can practice with them. You will find lots of WhatsApp groups, lots of Telegram channels, Telegram groups, and you will also find dedicated apps like Josh Talks, where you can speak with individuals. I have a video on Josh Talks, you can check that out. If you do not want to talk to anybody else, you can also practice English by yourself. To practice English speaking by yourself, all you have to do is open the camera app on your phone, keep it somewhere like this, and look at the camera and speak about a particular topic that interests you. The reason I'm asking you to open the camera app and not stand in front of a mirror, for instance, is that if you just stand in front of a mirror and speak, whatever you said, it's gone. You won't get any feedback. You won't be able to go through the recording once and see where you made mistakes. But if you record it like this, you can go through the recording and see where exactly you made mistakes while speaking. And that is extremely important. The first step to fixing any mistake is knowing that there is a mistake, and the video recording that you have is going to help you do that. And if you are very camera shy, you can also just open the voice recording app on your phone and speak about anything. That also works. When you are trying to learn something new, it's often a good idea to get a teacher, to get a guru who can help you out. And in 2022, there isn't any excuse like, oh, I don't have any guru to, approach, because you have got so many options. If you want to talk to Indians who can help you out, who can teach you how to speak English better, then you can use a platform like Clappingo or Pingolearn. If you want to learn English from native speakers, then you can use an app like Cambly or italki. Full disclosure, none of these platforms have sponsored this video, but I am associated with Clappingo and I have been a tutor over there for the past 1 year. And I have taught well over 800 individuals on the platform so far. If you want to know how to choose between native or non-native tutors, let me know. I'll make a video about that in the future. Now, while you're speaking, you will make mistakes. That is inevitable. Make a note of all the mistakes that you're making and then work on one mistake at a time. Since you're making mistakes, people often get embarrassed about that. Don't. If you're not making mistakes, you're not trying. If you're not trying, you're not going to progress. So mistakes are important. You need to learn from your mistakes. So once you make a mistake, write it down somewhere or find a way to remember it. And in the future, just be a little more mindful. Don't try to fix all your mistakes at once. Then you won't be able to fix a single mistake. Instead, pick one mistake. So let's say in a paragraph, you notice subject-verb agreement related issues, tense related issues, and also preposition related issues. Choose one of those 3 mistake types and just work on that for the next couple of days. Once you feel you have overcome that, once you feel that you are not making that mistake anymore, then move on to the next one. That's how you progress. That's how you get better. And remember, many of the mistakes that you make are likely to be very understandable or common for non-native English speakers. So don't shy away from them. Don't try to hide from them. Analyze your mistakes and work on them. Work on your accent and pronunciation. Now, when I say accent, I'm not talking about developing a British or an American accent or an Australian accent. All I'm saying is try to reduce your mother tongue influence. Neutralize your accent, so to speak. If you listen to actors like Shah Rukh Khan or individuals like S. Jaishankar who represent India at international forums, or if you listen to journalists like Palki Sharma Upadhyay, you will notice that they don't try to fake an accent. They speak clearly. They have very clear pronunciations. They enunciate their words clearly, because of which it is easy to understand what they are saying even without subtitles. So work on improving your pronunciation. You won't believe how many times I've had to call customer service of some company, and the person I was talking to had this fake accent. It seemed like that person was forcing that accent, and that was when he or she was making, I don't know, like a bunch of grammatical mistakes. So first, work on your English skills. Make sure that your English is almost perfect, and then you can work on developing different accents if your work demands it, or whatever the reason may be. One more thing is that while speaking, take pauses. English learners often speak very quickly because they think that native speakers speak fast, so we also must speak fast. That is not true. They use a bunch of contractions. Sometimes they speak quickly, that is true, but mostly they use contractions, and there are other things also that they do. You can try to adapt those things, but try to not speak quickly. Because if you try to speak super quickly, you will seem more nervous, because of which you are trying to just get everything out of the way. And you will also make it difficult for the other person to understand what you are saying. So your the purpose of speaking, that is communication, won't be successful. Also, try to minimize the usage of fillers in your speech. Replace fillers with pauses. When you take a pause, you give your audience time to understand what you said. And you also get time to think about what you are going to say next. So taking a pause appropriately between sentences is something that you need to develop. And just like any other skill, English speaking also requires practice. So if you're not practicing, you're not going to be as fluent as you want. So make sure that you practice as much as possible whenever possible. Alright, that's it for today. If you liked this video, then leave a like. If you want to see more videos like this, then subscribe and turn on notifications by pressing the bell icon. If you know somebody who can benefit from this video, share it with them. And if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and good luck. Bye.